Okay, so today we're going to dive into something pretty crucial if you're in the automotive world,
Yeah.
especially if you're, maybe you're in dealership management or on a marketing team.
Right?
And we're going to be looking at the 30-day AI protocol transformation system.
Yeah.
And basically, you can kind of think of it like the most complete system out there right now
Uh-huh.
for car dealerships that are really looking to not just survive, but really thrive
Absolutely.
in the age of AI,
Yeah, it's not just about adding a couple AI tools here and there, right?
Yeah.
We're really talking about transforming how your whole dealership operates
Yeah,
from top to bottom, you know?
absolutely. And one of the core ideas here that we're going to really unpack
Yep.
is that this protocol, it's not about just bolting AI onto whatever you're already doing.
Right.
It's like a much deeper change.
Yeah, it's about transformation. Yeah.
Yeah, and our guide for this whole thing is this book. It's called The 30-Day AI Protocol. Transform your dealership and unlock unstoppable growth.
Catchy title.
It is, yeah, and for everyone out there listening who's, in the automotive world,
Mm-hmm.
it's important to know that this book, it's one part of this bigger system.
Right.
So you've got the protocol itself,
Yep.
which lays out the strategic vision, like how to think about all this stuff and the mindset shifts you need.
Uh-huh.
And then it has a companion, which is called the Official AI Protocol Action Plan,
Right.
which is where you get all the nuts and bolts.
Exactly. The practical stuff.
Yeah, so the templates, the actual scripts,
Yep.
the day-by-day steps for actually putting all this into practice at your dealership.
That's right.
So it's kind of like the book is the why,
Okay.
the strategic reasons you need to do all this,
Yeah.
and then the action plan is the how,
Mm.
how do we actually make this happen? And what we
Yeah.
really want to focus on today
Yeah.
is those core principles,
Mm.
the why behind all of it,
Mm.
and what it means for your success in the future if you're at a dealership.
Absolutely.
So let's start by talking about the current situation. Why is all this change
Uh-huh.
so important for dealerships right now? What's the big deal?
Yeah, what's going on?
Yeah. So the protocol argues that we are in the middle of this
Hmm.
huge shift in how cars are sold,
Okay.
bigger than the internet.
Wow.
So picture this, right? You've got Metro Motors.
Okay.
Their marketing team starts every day with this report that AI made overnight.
Mm-hmm.
It tells them exactly which potential buyers are the best to focus on.
Nice.
And the AI has already started talking to them in a personalized way.
Wow.
And even scheduled test drives
That's amazing.
automatically before anyone even gets to the office.
Okay.
Right? And you've got Valley View Motors.
Okay.
They're still doing everything manually, going through leads one by one.
Yeah.
Follow-up is all over the place. Some people get called right away, some never hear back. They're just drowning in busy work.
Classic.
Right. And the thing is, they're both in the same market,
Right.
same customers.
Same challenges.
But their reality of how they work is totally different.
Yeah.
And the protocol is really clear that the difference isn't just about having AI.
Right.
It's about being ready for AI.
Totally. Yeah.
It's not just another tool in your toolbox.
Uh-huh.
It completely changes how everything works.
It's like it amplifies everything you do.
Exactly. It's like a force multiplier
Yes.
for everything your dealership does.
Across the board.
And there's this really important principle that they emphasize.
Okay.
AI can only make things better if your systems are already good,
That makes sense.
right? If your dealership is a mess right now,
Yeah.
adding AI is just going to make you a faster mess.
Right. To speed up the chaos.
Exactly.
Right.
And the protocol says we have a 24-month window.
Interesting.
The dealerships that take action now,
Right now.
get their systems in order and get ready for AI,
Uh-huh.
they're going to have a huge advantage. The
Yeah.
ones that wait are going to fall behind.
Big time.
Big time.
Yeah.
So that's the why.
Right. The urgency.
Now let's talk about the what.
Okay. The what?
This two-part system of the protocol book
Yep.
and the action plan.
Hmm.
How do they work together?
Yeah. What are they each for?
So the protocol book, which is what we're really talking about today,
Okay.
it's all about building that foundation that we talked about.
Okay.
It's focused on strategic vision,
Oh, right.
those big mindset shifts that
Mhm.
leadership needs to make.
Mm-hmm.
It gives you these frameworks to really challenge how you think about the business.
Interesting.
And it wants you to imagine what's possible with AI,
Right.
really reimagine it.
I like it.
So it's answering the question for leadership.
Yeah.
Why is this change necessary?
Gotcha.
The action plan, on the other hand,
Yeah.
is all about execution.
Mm-hmm.
It's the how-to guide.
Okay.
It's got templates for everything, like email scripts,
Mm-hmm.
workflows for talking to customers,
Right.
day-by-day steps that your teams can start using immediately.
In the real world.
Yeah, like on the showroom floor and online.
Gotcha.
So the book helps you understand why these changes are important,
Mm-hmm.
and the action plan tells you exactly what to do.
Right.
Now, you could just read the book and get some good ideas,
Sure.
or you could just use some of the stuff in the action plan and see some improvements.
Uh-huh.
But the protocol makes it clear.
Yeah,
The real magic happens when you use them together.
I bet.
Like the insights from the book,
Yep.
they inform how you use the action plan,
Uh-huh.
and the results you get from the action plan,
Yeah.
they reinforce what you learned in the book.
I see.
It's like this feedback loop
Nice.
that makes everything better and better.
Cool.
And the book actually has these little bridges,
Riches.
like specific references to the action plan
Okay.
that connect the strategic ideas to the practical steps.
That's handy.
Yeah. So if you're at a dealership, those are the parts to really focus on.
Makes sense.
Like, okay, here's how the theory becomes reality.
Yeah.
So engaging with this protocol, it's not just about reading passively.
Right.
It's about actively doing things
Mm.
and collaborating
Wow.
with AI.
Okay.
This is where it gets really interesting.
Right. I'm intrigued.
The protocol says don't just read the book.
Okay.
Treat it like your first project with AI.
Interesting.
Like AI is your partner.
Wow.
And it really pushes you to use premium AI tools
Yay.
like ChatGPT or
Yeah.
Claude
Okay.
because they're really good at understanding complex ideas
Huh?
and brainstorming,
That makes sense.
which is super important for a dealership
Yeah,
because dealerships are complicated.
for sure.
So the idea is you use these AI tools like a sounding board,
Mm-hmm.
not just asking basic questions,
Right.
but having real conversations with the AI about the ideas in the book
Okay.
and how they apply to your dealership.
So like a strategic partner almost.
Exactly. So for example, there's this concept called the mastery engine.
Mastery engine.
Yeah, it's about lead management.
Okay.
So let's say you're on the marketing team.
All right.
You could tell your AI assistant all about your current process,
Okay.
like what CRM you use,
Uh-huh.
how long it takes to follow up with leads,
Yep.
what your conversion rates are.
Got it.
And then you could brainstorm with the AI about how to use this mastery engine idea
I see.
to improve things.
Like what specifically?
Well, maybe you're having trouble getting people to show up for appointments.
Yeah, that's a common one.
Right. So you could ask the AI,
Mm-hmm.
how can we use the mastery engine to get more people to actually come in for their test drive?
Cool.
And the mastery engine, basically, it's a framework for constantly improving how you manage leads,
Okay.
using AI to analyze everything and personalize how you follow up.
Got it.
But it goes beyond just brainstorming.
It does.
You actually plan the implementation with the AI.
Wow.
So you could ask it to break down the steps, figure out which departments need to be involved.
Like sales.
Yeah, sales, service, finance,
Oh, mhm.
and what resources you'll need.
So it's like a project manager almost.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
There's another example in the book.
Okay.
It's from day 6,
Day 6.
and it's about building a content foundation.
Interesting.
So let's say your dealership has a website,
Most do. Yeah.
right? And maybe you post on social media sometimes,
Here and there.
but it's not really a system.
Right.
So you could describe all that to your AI assistant
Okay.
and ask it to help you brainstorm a better way.
A better way to what?
A better way to create content
Got it.
that will attract and keep customers.
Like a content strategy.
Exactly.
Okay.
The AI might say, you should audit your existing content,
Huh.
figure out where the gaps are in your customer journey,
Interesting.
and then it could help you create a content calendar
Wow.
and even draft some initial ideas.
That's wild.
I know, right?
Yeah.
But here's the key. The protocol really emphasizes that you should tailor this whole process to your dealership.
Right.
Like, don't just stick to the prompts in the book.
Okay.
Ask your own questions.
Gotcha.
They're specific to your market,
Uh-huh.
your brand, your team,
Mm-hmm.
and even your past experiences with new technology.
So it's not one size fits all.
Exactly. You got to make it your own.
Makes sense.
So ask those what if questions.
Mike?
Like, what if we approached online inventory marketing totally different
Interesting.
because of what our local competitor is doing?
Uh-huh.
Or how can we adapt these AI customer service tools
Yeah.
to fit our luxury end
Right.
where people expect a lot of personal attention?
Makes sense.
Or what if our sales team is resistant to all this?
Yeah.
How do we get them on board,
That's a good one.
right? So you're using AI to like pressure test these ideas
I see.
in the real world of your dealership.
Cool.
So as you're doing all this learning,
Uh-huh.
how do you keep track of it all? and make sure it actually leads to progress.
Yeah.
The protocol says you should build what they call a learning system.
A learning system. Okay.
Yeah, and it has three main parts.
All right.
The first is an implementation journal.
Implementation journal.
Yep, this is where you write down everything.
Everything.
All the important stuff.
Okay.
Like the insights you get from reading, your action plans with timelines and who's responsible, transcripts of your conversations with AI,
Nice.
and how you're doing compared to your goals.
So it's like a record of your whole journey.
Exactly.
Oh, cool.
Second part is a resource library.
Resource library.
That's where you save all the good stuff.
Like what kind of stuff?
Like AI prompts that worked really well,
Okay.
dialogue patterns with your AI assistant that you can use again, implementation plans that were successful,
Gotcha.
proof that your actions are actually making a difference.
Like data.
Yeah. And even the mistakes you made.
Oh, interesting.
So you can learn from them.
So it's like your knowledge base.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then the third part is a progress dashboard.
Progress dashboard. Or
For the first 30 days, you're mainly focused on the action step.
action step prompts.
Yeah. They're at the end of each chapter.
Okay.
And they give you practical things to do right away.
Based on what you're learning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then it changes.
How so?
Once you've done the first 30 days, you start using what they call the AI protocol dashboards.
Okay.
These dashboards, they track the really important metrics
Okay.
that AI can impact at a dealership.
Like what?
Well, it depends on your dealership.
Right.
But things like lead conversion rates, customer satisfaction scores, website traffic,
Got it.
stuff like that.
Okay.
So you're not just looking at what you did,
Right.
you're looking at the actual results.
The outcomes.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
So for all the busy people out there,
Yeah.
dealership managers, marketing teams, how do you find the time for all this?
Right.
The protocol says try to set aside 15 to 30 minutes for each chapter
Okay.
to read and then talk to AI about it. But the key is consistency.
Got it.
Do at least one thing every day
Every single day.
based on what you're learning,
Even if it's small.
even if it's small.
Okay.
And then once a week, look at your progress.
See how you're doing.
Make sure you're on track.
Yep.
It all comes down to prioritizing this
Yeah.
and committing to it.
Right.
It's not about just reading a book.
Yeah.
It's about making real changes
Taking action.
and working with AI as a partner
I like it.
to make your dealership better
Long term.
every single day.
Cool.
So to sum it all up, the 30-day AI protocol transformation system.
Yep.
It's a roadmap for dealerships.
Yep.
It's not about just surviving with AI.
Right.
It's about using AI to get ahead
And stay ahead.
and stay ahead.
Yep.
And the power of this protocol
Yeah.
is that two-part system. The book gives you the strategic thinking, the mindset you need, and the action plan gives you the tools
Yeah.
to actually make it happen.
The practical steps.
They're designed to work together
Makes sense.
to transform your dealership.
Cool.
So here's a question for you.
Okay. Sure.
What part of your dealership, if you got it really organized right now
Okay.
and then used AI to supercharge it, do you think would have the biggest impact on your business in the next 2 years?
Wow.
And even before you dive into the protocol,
Yeah.
what's one small thing you can do today
Yeah.
to
Indeed.
start getting organized?
Interesting.
It's about starting that journey towards an AI-powered future
Right.
and starting it now.
Makes sense.